Two, one. And we're live, ladies and gentlemen, bringing you the first ever SmithSquad Podcast done live. I thought I'd try it out, see how this goes. And we're here today with none other than Lex.
Got him.
Dude.
I've been on this. I've been on this podcast. I think at least 5 or 6 times.
Five or six? It's gotta be a few at this point, anyways. I want to say
5 or 6, man.
Okay, you were on.
Okay, Origins.
I'm guessing
no,
4.
I was on,
I'm gonna say 4. I don't think it's that many.
okay, I was on one. Oh my goodness! The first one I think I was on was when we were predicting Exo Zombies. That was so long ago.
All right, I got it here. You were on.
Your 50th.
21. 21. And that was Advanced Warfare and Black Ops 3 talk. Damn, that was a long time ago.
I'd love to rewatch that and just figure out.
See how wrong we were.
Yeah.
That was September. That was over a year ago.
And then I remember your 50th with Dave and who else was there?
Another time though. You were on number 37.
Adam?
Yeah, with Adam.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so you're on number 37, and that was again Zombies Talk.
Yeah. It's all zombies.
Always, yeah. And then you were on 50. And have you been on since?
50. No, I don't think I have been, honestly.
Okay. Because I was going to get you on right when you lost your channel. You remember that? When we all, you and Adam, we're all zombies YouTubers, all from Canada, and we lost our channels within within like a couple months of each other.
No, yeah, that's what jeez. It was all because of YouTube's BS, man. Like, they were just having so many problems. Like, it was horrible.
Yeah.
Like, I remember, oh my goodness, like, I was so scared but like, so many people went down as well, like Quebblecop, Masterov, there's so many people, so I was like, okay, this has got to be some sort of mistake, but like, gee, YouTube, just because I can connect with people and I can just tell them what's going on, make them laugh, stuff like that. I was honestly more scared about losing my Twitter than my YouTube. I don't know why. Obviously YouTube has more worth or whatever, but I don't know. Twitter to me is just as important as the regular channel.
That's interesting because I feel like Twitter's it's like, yeah, you're right. It's like so personal. It's like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, it's like your whole livelihood and all that stuff. And I feel like, I guess YouTube is kind of more of an extension and like a point of creativity, whereas Twitter is like, this is my life. Like, this is what I'm doing. It's like your contact to the rest of the internet.
No, yeah, it's more where you can like tell people what's going on, and I wish more people actually used Twitter. But I know Twitter's dying out right now compared to like stuff like Instagram.
I feel like it's definitely
Facebook,
dying.
especially. Facebook is it's just a garbage dump over there, and it's horrible. It's BuzzFeed and like spam.
It's just random ass videos. You just see whatever.
You see a bunch of SoFlo. It's horrible down there.
Yeah, I feel like Facebook is kind of changing. I feel like it's kind of changing its use for me. Like, back in the day, Facebook used to be this thing that was like, it was cool. It was where parents weren't and kids would talk and you'd update your status and stuff. And oh my God, he liked my photo and stuff. And now, like, I feel like that's Twitter and Instagram. More so than anything else.
No, for sure, dude. Because Facebook, when Facebook was like that, MySpace was the thing where everyone's like, okay, man.
Yeah.
Everyone was using MySpace. And now MySpace has died out. So I feel, honestly, in like 5 years, Facebook is going to die out. Honestly, I think it would have died out already if it didn't do this whole thing where they have a ton of spam and BuzzFeed and everything everywhere. But yeah,
I don't know though. I use Facebook more than I did a year ago, and I use it for school. Is the big thing.
Yeah, it's the
good
messenger. For groups. Yeah, it's good for groups.
The group chat messenger is amazing because not everyone has iPhones, so you can't. I just got on that iPhone life, and you can't you can't just get those things going. So I don't know, man.
As a YouTuber, it's mandatory. I have mine right here. It's mandatory.
It's 100% mandatory. That iPhone life. I don't even think I have your number. Because I was trying to text you today.
No, I got it. I got a new phone. Like, no one knows this number.
Oh snap! Want to put it up to the stream?
Yeah, sure, dude. Here you go. I don't know. So one of the chicks from my class, she's like, "I'll leak your phone number on your Twitter." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead. I'll just get another one." It's
Yeah, exactly. It's like it's not that expensive to get a new number.
I love it's I don't know if you get this, but so many of my friends they like use my YouTube against me. They're like, "Oh, I'll leak this if you do this." I'm like, "Okay, go ahead." I'm like, "You won't."
The biggest thing I always get is people like they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna expose you." So like if we go out for the
Oh
night, like we go to
yeah,
the bar or
yeah.
something, they're like, "Oh my God, the Smith plays
Exposed.
exposed. He had a beer." And then like
Exposed.
they started a new thing of like every time I'm sleeping, they do stuff to me. So like
Yeah.
they'll put like cans on me and stuff. And one night I slept in a chair. I was over at my buddy's place, and like there's just nowhere to sleep. So it's like, all right, I'm just gonna sleep in this chair.
Yeah.
So they put a can on top of my head, and I left it there. Um, I was asleep. They left it there for like 2 hours. Came back, and the can just was sitting there perfectly. So they're like Smith plays exposed. That's the thing is like I don't know my friends like it's cool, like we just joke about it and stuff, but
Mhm.
there's some other people who are really weird about my YouTube channel, and like it's awkward. Like
Uh, I get you on that. Some people they treat it as it's hard to explain. It's like I don't know. Maybe you can help me out here. I know what you're saying. It's just
it,
very awkward in
they
many.
use it as like this sort of way to communicate with me. It's like, oh my, it's like, hey, like, and like, it's not like they talk to me like I'm a real person. It's like, hey, you're the Smith Plays, but not in a serious way. It's like a joking way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's
yeah,
like they're
yeah, yeah,
joking,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like the way they're actually communicating with you.
No, no, yeah, for sure. I know. My goodness, I know. Some people, yeah, they like. Some people think when you have a YouTube, they like have the mindset of like, oh, you're higher above everyone else. You've elevated yourself to a whole new level. It's not like that. And those type of people, oh, I'm gonna find them
Yeah,
because
dude,
I'll just slap them.
you put it so perfectly in your
Yeah,
videos that is like we're just YouTubers, and I think
yeah,
most YouTubers
exactly.
are in that typical mindset of like I'm just a regular guy, and like I said, I hate it when people treat me differently because of my YouTube channel. I don't want to be like looked at differently. And I mean, you're going to just because it's like, wow, you have a big follower on the internet. Like, it's the same as like
Yeah.
if you're successful at anything.
Yep.
But it's just really, it's really weird when people, the few YouTubers out there that really, look at themselves as like they're a big star. It's kind of
So full.
gross.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, no. Literally, okay, there's a couple of videos of the guy having a Skype call with a couple other people. He sound like just the way his voice is, the tone of his voice. You can already you can hear like that he thinks he's like some type of god amongst everyone on YouTube. Literally, his Facebook photo, he's like it's like everybody's been playing checkers and I've been playing chess for years or something. It's like what the
Really?
it's so bad. It's so you got like
It's
a full
garbage.
body cringe from it. It's just like
Dude,
no.
everyone's just been snapping this week. I swear to God, you on SoFlo and
It's just because
everyone with
everyone's been doing it, and I've come to the point where I wanted to stay quiet about it, but it's like it's just he's become out of control, and I honestly feel like it's only gonna get worse until like dude, okay, I don't know if you know this, but on change.org there's a petition to ban every single one of his social media accounts, and it has close to 55,000 signatures.
wow.
Yeah,
So that's the thing. It's like
55,000.
it's like you're not in the minority on at this point anymore. This is like,
And dude, yeah,
people there's a lot of people out there that don't like him.
dude, and like once Facebook starts monetizing videos, oh, he's gonna make millions because dude, he has millions of videos, not millions. He has a lot of videos out there right now
He
with
gets millions of
hundreds of
views every
millions,
day. I
for sure,
guarantee you on
for
Facebook.
sure.
It's ridiculous.
And
My friends share his stuff, and I'm like, I
yeah,
know that guy.
yeah. The thing is though, on Facebook, that's his best market because it's not about him. It's about what he
Yeah.
shares, right? It literally has nothing to do with him at all. That's where like Facebook has become such like a con place now because it's like all these like I don't know if you've heard or watched any videos, but there's so many people like SoFlo where they just take stuff, they re-upload it, and then they get a ton of likes on their page, and it's just like,
That's
and they
it.
get money from uploading this dumbest photos. It's
Do
like
people get money on Facebook yet? I don't think it's
so
monetized yet.
the way I've heard is they monetize photos through different third-party websites. I'm not 100% sure how it
Okay.
works, but they do get some money out of it. I
I
hope
mean,
it's not
any
a lot,
page
but
could
like,
just post like a company and be like, that there could be that kind of monetization where it's just brand, but I don't think there's straight like monetizable content yet.
no. You can Facebook has an option to promote your stuff too, but like again, you have to spend a ton of money and that doesn't get you any money back.
Yeah.
So like
It's just I just think it's so gross that like how people are like so centered around money, man. Like
yeah.
money is a way it's such a weird topic because like you need money.
No, for sure.
Everyone
Yeah.
needs money, right? And you need money to stay alive, to eat, to have fun, to enjoy your life and stuff. But the thing is I think some people get this, but you're not going to get happy through acquiring money.
No, money, I feel it's like the bus to your destination. It's not the destination itself. It's
Yeah,
it's it's just something
that's
you
a good
need
way
to
to put
get
it.
there. Yeah, it's I don't feel it's the destination. Also, if you watch Casey Neistat, he says something really good about life. He's like, uh, in life, there really isn't a destination of success. The success is in the journey towards it. And I've seen like Hunter x Hunter, for example. The I know I'm bringing up anime here, but
It's all right.
the end message of it is just enjoying the every single detour of life, and that's like I'm like, yep. So whenever I'm in like a rut or just like a shit situation, I'm like, gotta enjoy it. Just
Yeah, man, that's it's so important for YouTube to be like that because
no, for
I
sure, yeah.
was thinking like a little bit before Black Ops 3, I was like, really like thinking about a million subscribers, like, I really want to get there, I really want to
Mhm.
achieve that. And then I started thinking of it like every other goal I've ever got on YouTube, like 1,000 subscribers, 10 subscribers, 100,000, whatever. It's always like, all right, this is awesome. I remember when
Yep,
I hit 100,000, I was like, yes, hands in the air, this is great. And then a couple of days later, it's like, all right, like let's try to get to 150,000.
exactly. It's
If that's if your goal is like a certain number, you'll never be satisfied, which is good because it keeps you driving and making good content. But at the same time, it's like if you can't appreciate what you have now, you're not gonna be able to appreciate what you have later on.
no, of course, and I feel it's the same application that goes towards money. If you get more money, you'll never be satisfied, and it's just just some people out there with billions of dollars that just spend it on the dumbest things. Like I read an article, I think, about this one guy. Oh, it hurts just hearing this. Like he spent like 100 million bucks on his yacht or something to make it go a couple kilometers faster. And I was just like,
Yeah.
that 100 million could have like saved billions of people. But you're just like, nah, man, the yacht needs to go a couple kilometers faster. So,
Yeah, like it's
just
there's a
unbelievable.
good quote about money. It's like if money is the thing you're after, you'll never be satisfied because numbers are infinite and
Yep.
you'll never reach a certain point. Where it's like if you're focused on something else, like I want to have, a family or a relationship or whatever, that's kind of a more tangible thing. And I think that's what it's all about at the end of the day. And I'm really starting to realize as I get older is like it's not like it's not even about like success or anything like that. It's about people that you spend your life with.
No, yeah, I completely agree. I believe it's all about your experiences and obviously how I can help others. That's my big thing because I think like, man, experiences are awesome, but like it's hard to explain because it's like I feel experiences also can be very self-centered in a way if you get what I'm saying. So I feel
Okay,
like
what do
you
you mean?
gotta self-centered in the way I don't know because it's like I don't know. My mom puts it really great, but she says like sometimes when people travel, they go and they see something by themselves, and then they come back, and I'm just like, what's the point of that? Like it's just so trivial. Like you went all the way. Let's say you went all the way to Rome, and you saw the Coliseum, and then you came back a day later. It's just like I don't know. I just feel
Right.
experiences are great. Obviously, there's something that you need to have in your life, but I feel that the most fulfilling thing you can do is basically helping others. Serving is
Yeah, I've heard you
what
talk
I say.
about that a lot on
Yeah,
your channel.
yeah. I
Like I know, like you don't put it out a lot, but I've
no,
definitely
no,
heard you
no.
mention it a bit.
Yeah, throughout my channel, it's really weird because if I were to go back like a year before, I would be saying a completely different thing than what I've been saying now. Because
Right. Yeah. Well, you
what I was
change.
what I was initially saying was legacy was gonna be the biggest thing that I live for, and then I had to rethink it a bit, and I was just like, okay, like, do I remember anyone from the 1700s? And I was like, nope. So it's like that's what rules out my whole legacy thing there. So
I
I
think
feel,
living to be remembered is kind of silly because
yep,
at the end of the day, at the end of the earth, no one's gonna be remembered.
no one's exactly, and that's why I was like, dang man, like obviously leaving a legacy should be not should be, it should it should be something that ends up happening once you finish your life. You leave a little bit of a legacy, even if it's with like your family, your friends, or whatever. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
global. It just has to be you leave a nice legacy for everyone else. So uh, I don't know. That's my opinion. But for
Right.
me, what it all boils down to is if you can help as many people as you can, that's the best thing. I don't know. I like
No,
I'm
I
hoping and
agree with
everything
that.
else.
No, I 100% agree with that. Like helping people it is such a good feeling. And I
And it's fulfilling too.
yeah,
Like fun.
yeah. There's
Like
something about that that it
yeah.
just really uh it feels really like I don't want to say pure, but like genuine.
Yep.
Genuine. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I'm reading a book right now for one of my classes called the Seven Habits of Highly Effective People. And when I was given this book, I was thinking just the way it sounds is like it sounds like how to be like, an efficient worker and all this
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, like
And it's
yeah.
actually ended up being like a super philosophical book, and it kind of talks about that of like having a mission statement in life. And the way this guy described it is like how like he's like, okay, imagine you're at a funeral and you
Yep.
go up to and he really like lays it out. He's like, you go up to the casket and it's you. You're at your own funeral and you're dead.
Yep.
And he says, okay, you get to witness your own funeral.
Hmm.
So pick who you want to have speak for you. So like your best friend, one of your family members, maybe someone you worked with, and maybe somebody like that you kind of indirectly had like maybe not like that you I guess indirectly helped or something like that.
Hmm.
And it was like imagine each one of these people and imagine what you would want them to say about you, say the kind of person you were, say how you benefited the world. And it was like whatever you want them to say about you, that's what you want in life, and that's the only thing that will fulfill you. So a lot, I mean, if you put it like that, you're not going to say like, you're not, if you like, for example, if you were speaking at my wedding or my funeral, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be like, oh, Pat, he made a lot of money,
Yeah, exactly.
right?
Exactly. Yep.
He had 47 Lamborghinis. It, it's
So
gonna
many bookcases, just knowledge everywhere. But
exactly. It's it's
yeah,
gonna be who did you help?
exactly.
Were you
See,
a
when
positive person? Did you make the experience around others better? Were you a nice, caring, helpful person? Were you a friend? Were you a husband, a dad, whatever? Like that's what's going to truly fulfill you.
when you're on your deathbed, they say life comes very clear. It's just everything fades away because it's like, so I lived my life for money, and what was the point? You know, it's that same mentality. And it's funny that you mentioned that because I've been thinking about it recently, and I've rewatched that little line video that I made, and my mom said that to me
Is that
where
the school project one?
yeah, that's the
Yeah,
school
yeah.
project. At the end of it, I said, I don't remember because it's been a long time since I said it, but it was something to do with when your eulogy is being read, that how would you like to be remembered in your little dash between your birth year and your ending year or your death
Oh
year?
yeah.
So, That's one of the big things that I feel honestly that's probably the best video I've ever made because I rewatched it and I was like I hit every single life point that I
It
needed
was a
to
good
hit.
video,
Every,
man.
yeah.
It was really different for you because I don't think you'd ever put anything out there like
No,
that.
no,
It,
no.
it was
And
completely just done.
well, I wasn't. My whole goal wasn't to like, oh yeah, I'm gonna spread all my beliefs. Haha, screw you. No, like I was. My whole mentality about it was like, okay, so my leadership class, okay, we're having a big project, and I'm like, hey, you know what? Everybody's thinking highly of me. Okay, I'm a YouTuber. They better think I'm coming out with some top quality stuff. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna give it my all. So I did that, and then I was like, you know what, man? If I'm just gonna give it my all, I might as well just upload it to YouTube, dude. Because if it's
Yeah,
YouTube,
exactly.
then it's like whatever. Not for the money, but it's just like all that hard work. I might as well just
Yeah,
publish, you know. So
yeah. No,
that
100%. I mean, that's kind of like
yeah,
why. That's kind of like why I started the podcast. Is like I've had so many people say like, "Oh my God, the podcast has like helped me in ways and changed my
exactly
mindset on different things." And it's like I could not do the podcast and instead just do a normal video, and that would get me more views, probably more subscribers, and
for
more
sure.
money
Yeah.
at the end of the day. But personally, I feel like way better about doing this because it's like it's helping people, and although maybe it's not entertaining people as much,
Yeah.
there's a smaller core of people that watch this and are able to say, this has really helped me, and that's honestly more satisfying than
Oh, for sure.
a guide on how to get to a high round in zombies. Like
Exactly. Yeah.
that's fine, and that's fine and dandy, but at the end of the day, I think like actually being able to help someone is way 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 cooler.
And I feel eventually the people that will want to see something like this will find their way into the right place. I don't know. I just feel fate always ends up happening in the right times. So I definitely feel that, yeah, these are a great way. And it's funny because I think on your birthday, you linked on Twitter about your old birthday. I think when you were either turning 16 or 17. I think 17. And it was really funny listening to you on what you thought life was. And I feel because like every teenager goes through the phase where it's like depressing and there's just like, okay, what is life? Like, why am I here? Am I here just to play
Yeah.
like Counter-Strike all day or something? Like, but yeah, it's always a good phase to go through that. And I feel any teenager who doesn't go through that phase is gonna have it way harder in life. I know it sounds really bad, but I feel they just won't know what they're doing or they'll be told about what's correct. But
You
that's
know
why I
what,
feel
man?
like exploring is a great thing.
I
What's
gotta
up?
be honest. Like
Yeah.
I was kind of in my high school years. Like I kind of felt that. Like I never really. I don't want to say like I never really had any like major problems in that sense.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Because like I was always like a really good student, and it was just kind of like this is what I'm doing, and like I played football, and like I had friends, and like I never really had any of those like classic kind of teenager struggles.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So it was never really a problem for me until I got like last year in first year university, and it was kind of this like I in like a whole like 1 month, like I broke up with my girlfriend, went to school, moved away from my parents, had a huge fallout with a couple friends and my parents, and like and then all that like added pressure of school, and it was like this whole like, oh shit, like life,
Yep.
you know what I
Yep.
mean? And for me it was like such it was such a growing period for me because I
Yep.
realized so much. And honestly, I remember like I think it was like late October. Yeah, actually it was almost this time last year. It was maybe even November. And I just said, you know what? Like screw all this. I can't worry about it. I just need to put my head down and work hard. And I was like, I just got to focus on YouTube, school, and like exercise because that's something I like to do, and
Yeah.
like have
For
fun
sure.
along the way. And like that was such like a important thing for me to realize. You know what? Like it'd be really easy to just mess off and drink every night because it's university. You can do that
Yeah.
if you
Yeah.
want.
Yeah.
Party all the time, or like just like try to like forget about that,
Hmm.
forget about all that like stuff. But instead I said, you know what, like in a year's time, that's not going to put me anywhere, like it's not going to put me better. So
Exactly.
instead I was like, all right,
Yeah.
I really want to look back in a year and be like, all right, this is what I've done, and I'm really happy that I decided to do that, because honestly, like, there were some points where like I thought about quitting YouTube, and it was just it
No, dude,
was
I frequently think about that. I'm like, man, am I really doing anything? Is this like really good thing? But it's just, yeah, dude, it's like if I quit, then I feel it's like, what's the point, you know? Because even though you made such a tiny difference in this world, I believe every small little factor that everyone does matters.
I think
Like
so.
everybody has a role,
I think so.
and
And
you
that's
know,
the thing is like some people it's how do you help this world, and there's volunteering in a third world country and building shacks and giving people water. But just because you're not doing that doesn't mean you're helping the world. You're not helping the world, right?
exactly, yeah,
You know,
you can
just
help at home. You can do everywhere. Every place
but
needs
even
help.
just you making a YouTube video and entertaining 80,000 people, that's enough,
Yeah,
right?
because yeah, I know. I feel because it's like, dude, one of the main reasons I like YouTube is because I live for the butterfly effect. I know it kind of sounds like Until Dawn
Butterfly
here,
effect.
but
Oh, that was
but
such a good game.
I know it's such a good game. And I saw the Game Theorist's video about how the true evil hero or evil villain, sorry, was Josh's psychiatrist, but that's a whole different story.
Whoa.
Yeah, you gotta watch that. It was really interesting. But
Wasn't Josh a psychiatrist just in his head?
Uh, again, you gotta watch it. But actually,
Okay.
he had
You're gonna have to
many
look it up.
psychiatrists, and that was one of them. That was his
Whoa.
main one, but it was in his head.
Okay.
But yeah, it's a really interesting video. There's so much lore behind it. But the butterfly effect, about what I was saying about that, it's just because if you watch one of my videos, we watch one of your videos, some guy smiles, like, oh, dude, this is such an awesome video. They share it, they smile, they do this, they do that, they work. In my opinion, I'm like, okay, if you're happy, you tend to work better, you tend to work more efficiently or whatever. So
Definitely.
if I can change someone's whole life, and I've already gotten some emails from people who are like, dude, you helped me so much with your videos and stuff. I'm like that's such a good like thumbs up. It's just like keep going, man. And you know, even if it's one person, I believe that one person can make a difference. It's like, I know it's a really bad example, but like Hitler, man. You know, like one guy almost took down the whole world. You know?
This like the size, like, lived in a country the size of like Maine,
Yep.
and almost destroyed, like, ended, well, I shouldn't say ended, but changed the entire course of history.
Exactly. So like that's why I feel every person matters. Even if that person only makes one influence towards one other person by doing one small thing, it still matters. It still
It's
matters.
yeah,
Still
it's like kind of
matters.
like dominoes. Like, you hit this, and then this leads to this, and this leads to this, and this leads to this, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, that really changed a
Then you
lot.
started World War III. There you go. Like, there you
Dude,
go.
everyone's talking about that. Like, we're on World War III right now. Like, we got ISIS in France and
Yeah,
Syria,
it's
and
horrible, dude.
all this stuff. And then in Turkey, I think Turkey accidentally shot down a Russian plane.
Oh yeah, I heard about
And
that.
everyone's talking about World War III, and I don't believe that.
Well, as any world war, it starts in Europe, and
Of
then
course.
I don't know. I just don't feel people are ready for another world war. Like like Russia's like so many people are, especially because of the Earth's state right now. Let's talk
Yeah.
about that because we're in such a dire state for like oil, water, especially in California. Like
Yeah.
there's just I don't feel we're like if we have like a nuclear warfare that's ends up being World War III, the planet's gonna just be so destroyed beyond the point where it's
Well,
just like not even gonna come
no
back.
no one's gonna use nukes. I think that's pretty safe
Yeah.
to say. It's just it's just it'd be so ridiculous. There's so many nukes. Nukes are almost kind of like a stalemate. It's like everyone, well, I shouldn't say everyone, but so many people have them. It's like, look, you have them, I have them. So we feel
We're
we
pretty
feel
much gonna
secure.
die.
So, like, if you use it against me, I'm gonna use it against you. But then we're both gonna be dead regardless. So what's the point of doing that at all?
Oh yeah, there you go, dude. Like with a nuke, like the first person who launches the nuke pretty much ends the human race because everyone else is gonna be like, okay, we're launching, and then everybody's dead. So,
You think anyone's gonna launch them against Canada though?
well, my mom, she's pretty paranoid, right?
Right.
She was saying how if Canada draws out from the war against ISIS, that it's gonna be kind of what happened in World War II with like the Blitzkrieg, and it's gonna be like UK kind of drawed back from World War II, and then the Germans just came in right and bombed everything else. But I'm like, I don't know if that's gonna happen with Canada. We have a large ocean between us. There's a lot of different factors. I don't know,
Well,
but
I think the biggest thing is Canada and the U.S. are so tight. Like
yeah,
we're basically the same culture, same everything. Our trade, borders are completely open. We're so tight. I don't think you can't fight Canada without fighting the U.S. at the same time, and you
yeah, no,
can't
yeah, for sure.
fight the U.S.
Yep.
So I don't know. I feel pretty secure. I heard a really interesting thing actually about invading the U.S. How it would be almost impossible to take over the U.S. because not only do they have this huge military, but so many of the people that live in the U.S. have guns.
Oh yeah,
So
for
not
sure.
only it wouldn't be a thing of like when Germany took over France back in the day, it was like they just kind of came in and started slowly taking control over everything. In the US, if you were to do that, it wouldn't work because everyone has guns and you could say, "All right, just give your guns up," because that's like one of the most important rights that the US has is like that their law with guns. And
Yeah,
it's not only you have to fight the military, you have to fight every single civilian in the USA as well.
yeah, it
And
would be a
even if
battle
you
of
take it over, what's the point? You've just destroyed everything.
no, yeah, it would be a battle of like 300 million versus 300 million people. It would be ridiculous. But yeah, I agree because I don't even yeah, if like this is why I feel like ISIS, I've been watching a lot of news stuff and people are saying ISIS isn't that big of a threat. They're just
No.
making it seem like they're a very big threat. And then that's what's scaring everyone and that's what they want and it's just a bunch of whole mind games with that and it's just like, you
Yeah,
know,
I know I 100% believe it. Have you ever read the book 1984? Yeah,
there's
it's
so many books that are named after years. I probably have.
okay.
I've heard of that though.
George Orwell. It's
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
at least in my province, like a lot of people read it
I
for
think
English, one of our English courses.
I think
But
yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
all about like control of governments and stuff.
Hmm.
And that's like a lot of the themes is like how kind of how so there's three main states. There's only three states left, and all are just 100% controlled by totalitarian governments. So
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
control everything. They have complete surveillance. There's nowhere's in the world that you can't be seen. There's cameras everywhere. So it's like it explains all these different ideas of war, and one of them is like you. It's good to have an enemy because it keeps people united, and it talks about how like these three different countries they all had like a an organized like yeah, all right, so now like we're gonna be at war with you guys, you're gonna be at war with us, and we can like kind of like rally ourselves up around this. We can rally our own civilians and our own people in our country like yeah, we're this side and we got to fight for freedom, and we got to keep ourselves safe. And then the other side says the exact same thing, and they don't even have an actual war. They're not fighting at all, but because it's like this complete like they have complete control over everything, nobody knows any difference. And it's just like a lot of ideas about that of how like governments can kind of use war to almost in a positive way. So like I kind of wonder if that's almost ISIS. Is obviously like it's they are attacking people, but they're boosting it up to in a way that kind of makes it so like people get more. Um, I don't know. I don't want to say involved. I guess
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Have you seen the movie The Imitation Game?
imitation game now.
Definitely watch it. So
Okay.
it's about it's on Netflix too. It's about how these sort of guys that are really good with like crosswords and codes and stuff, they're basically trying to break the enigma of World War II, which is like the way that the Germans contacted each other so they could essentially beat the Germans. And
Okay.
it's about how they make this giant machine that ends up cracking their code and stuff. And
Oh
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
I haven't seen that, but I know what
it's
you're
a
talking about.
yeah, it's a really good movie, especially because there's a lot of ties in, especially with the new one, the 2014 one, where there's the guy was like gay, and they ended up like, oh, just so bad what they did back in the days with like gays and stuff. But it was
Yeah, it's
well,
crazy against everybody.
but yeah, the guy who ended up breaking the enigma was like sent to jail because he was with a guy, and it was, oh, it just hurts. And then it's just so bad because a couple of years ago, the Queen in the UK just decided to give him an award like 60 years after his death. I just feel that's like such a punch in the face.
It's
It's
like,
just so
oh, we were
disrespectful.
wrong about you.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like,
Damn, that's crazy.
it hurts just to even think about it. But yeah, definitely go watch that. It has a lot of cool themes because of like, I don't know, just of people betraying others,
Right.
and just sort of like, oh, just crazy that in terms of like who has power, who doesn't, how people just go back to their primal instincts when it all goes to shit and stuff. So definitely good movie.
Yeah.
Definitely a good movie.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
that totally relates into Black Friday.
Oh God.
I swear to God,
Uh,
Black Friday is the only
it,
time
uh,
that people revert back to like primal instincts in a
yeah,
natural, like, other than like if you're gonna get like killed or something.
dude, I can't believe people are such idiots that they'd put like an item over someone's life. There's actually
It's
a website.
insane.
There's a website that shows how many people have died and how many people have been injured from
Black
Black Friday.
Friday mobs.
7 people have died from being in a shopping mall.
That's
Getting
because it's
that's
like people,
gross.
they're all crowding on the doors and they're like, I gotta get this. This is mine. It's like I gotta get that piece of deer meat. You know what I mean? It's my prize. I gotta
And
get it.
people wonder why businesses rule the world. Are you serious? Like,
It's insanity though. The videos you watch, people fighting each other for TVs and stuff. It's
it's
kind of scary, man. It really is.
it's absolutely horrible. Like, especially because it's like I've heard of situations where people actually grab the item, they take it, and then they just get beat up, and then they
Yeah.
take the item. It's like, what? Like,
What are you doing?
oh,
What are you doing,
for what?
stupid?
For like 40% off of an item. Like, are you? Oh, it hurts, dude. That's one of those. This is why I hate the U.S. in some parts because it's like you gotta have that like really. I don't know. I'm just going
I mean, I
crazy.
don't think you could say the U.S. because
No, well, because
Canada's like that too.
originated in the U.S. though. That's the thing. Now
That's
it's
true.
branched out into the UK and the Canada, and now it's just getting everywhere. People are killing each other. Just rocks being thrown. People are
Rocks
gonna.
being thrown.
Oh my.
Did you buy anything Black Friday?
Oh, I
Nothing, eh?
know. See, I'm one of those guys that's like, if I don't need it, I won't buy it. Like I really just I don't buy anything really. Like, cause
That's good
this
to be, man.
Christmas, yeah, this Christmas, my mom was like, "Yo, do you want anything?" I'm like, "Nah, I got everything I need. It's all good."
My biggest thing this Christmas is like I just want to like be with my family, which is so
Exactly. Yeah.
like that's like such a classic sign that
So
you're getting
yeah,
old.
yeah.
But I'm like, man, like I don't really need anything.
Yep.
Like anything like I would want would be gaming and stuff related, which is like I just buy for my channel anyways. So it's like
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't need a PS4. I don't need Fallout 4. I don't need Black Ops 3. I don't need Star Wars Battlefront. It's like I'm pretty good.
It's just because, like, this could be a whole other topic. One of my friends that I know, he's completely spoiled. Like, he
Uh,
stays at home. His mom does everything for him, cooks, cleans, buys him games, stuff like that. He has a job, but it's just like such a really poor paying job. It's a minimum wage job, but still, like, he does work for some stuff, but like, I really dislike people who don't know how privileged they are, and he's definitely one of those people that's just like, oh, you could be like dying somewhere in the middle of the road, like if you were
if you,
born in like
yeah,
Asia.
if you live in the western area of the world,
You're already you're
top one
great.
percent, you're
Yeah.
already top one
Oh,
percent of the
yeah.
world.
Yeah, exactly.
And then
Like,
if you're like relatively well off at all, you're like top 10% of the top 1%.
okay, well, how
Easy.
many people live on the western side of the earth? Like not even a billion, correct? Like in North America
I
and
don't
South
I
America.
don't think a lot. We got 300 million in
So we have
America,
close to 500 million. Oh wait,
close to 500 million in North
close to
America.
500 million in total of North America.
South
But
America,
I don't know South America. They just
probably
got
a similar number.
so if there's a billion people on the
There,
western side, there's 6 billion on in Asia, Europe, and Africa, and
there's
Australia.
like a like you can make a circle around like India, China, and like that kind of area, and it's like more people live within this circle than the rest of the world.
I know
It's
exactly,
ridiculous like that. Yeah,
and I want to say either China or India is closing in on 2 billion people. I think
something like
I
that.
don't know. That's but in India, it's such a small place. It's so small.
It's crazy.
It's like
I can't even fathom. I can't understand.
it's like okay, let's think of it in Canada provinces. It's like maybe BC, Alberta, and that's it.
Yeah,
That's
maybe, dude. I saw a really good thing
unbelievable.
of Turkey, like all the I think it's Turkey, right? That the refugees.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and they put this country of Turkey into Canada, and it's like it stretches like British Columbia. I don't even think it gets to Alberta, and it's like a third of the width, and it it's like doesn't fill it at all. Like you can move every single person from Turkey into Canada, and it would like be unaffected. The only problem with Canada is that we all live on like the southern border.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. Especially like Canada, both Canada and Russia,
Yeah.
80% of both of those countries are essentially unlivable.
Yeah.
Like there's literally just snow. So, unless you're super rich, and I don't know, there's a really cool Vice
Love
documentary.
Vice, dude.
Have you
I could
seen the one about the Russian billionaire, the 0.0001%?
no.
Unbelievable. He lives in the middle of nowhere. It's completely snowy. He has his really hot wife. He has his own. It's like his own community for himself.
Wow, that's cool.
So it's cool, but it's just like again that whole self-centered. It's just like, and he
Well, I
gained
mean,
all this money by like being like exploiting the Russian government or something like.
yeah. See, that's the thing. If you have $1 billion, and you did it like Steve Jobs, where you created these awesome products that help a lot of people, that's one thing. And I
Yeah,
mean, you can argue against Apple that they exploit other people, whatever. But if you're just like straight up directly like being a douchebag, like that's like
yeah,
really,
stealing from the government and stuff. Like you could have said that's the thing, man. If you do it in the right way, it's just you deserve
yeah.
it. Then you deserve it. Like
But
Bill
like
Gates.
bankers, right?
Yeah,
Like all those bankers,
yeah.
Wall Street kind of stuff, and I don't even know. Like I just like I think that's like an automatic thing. It's the bankers on Wall Street. Honestly, I have no idea if
I
that's like
just
even a
feel
bad
yeah.
thing, but
If you're detrimenting some like people's lives for to gain money, I know that's one of the best ways to make money. But I don't
yeah,
feel there's a difference between detrimenting people and exploiting people. There's a
right.
difference because exploiting can
Neutral term.
most of the time it's bad. Um,
But like you could say like YouTubers exploit YouTube. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
exactly.
using like nice titles
It can't like it could be good or bad.
and video thumbnails. Like that's exploiting the system.
Right.
But that's not necessarily bad. That's neutral.
It's yeah, it's not necessarily bad. So that's the thing there. It's like you can exploit people and there's ways like where people were to get exploited. Like I don't know, when Facebook came in like whatever, Mark Zuckerberg he noticed like okay, MySpace kind of sucks. Let me exploit this and make it better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
there you
exploit
go.
that idea and improve upon it, and like now you have this crazy thing that have connected so many people.
So yeah, for sure. There's definitely different rights and wrongs with exploiting, but I feel if you're detrimenting other people to get money, I just couldn't live with that. Like the worst ones I found is people who make all their money. Like okay, I don't know if you've heard of obviously you've heard of Coney 2012, right? Like apparently that guy was just went crazy after
Didn't
he got all the money, all the funds. Like
didn't
it
he
was
get caught like masturbating
yeah,
on a
in
park
public,
bench or
he was
something?
literally like, yeah, the guy lost his mind. Like he's completely gone.
I wonder how
So,
much money he made from that.
oh, millions,
Millions?
millions,
Millions, yeah.
millions. The video, dude, the video itself hit 100 million views, and
Yeah,
it's
okay.
still up. the
So 100
funniest part.
million. That's some good money. Yeah.
No, yeah, the funniest part though about that video was they're like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna take the video down at the end of the year," and they never
Never
did
did, eh?
because it's like 100 million
Well,
views,
that's the
dude.
thing. Is like, can you bring that down? Because I've seen like I've heard a lot of things about like YouTube like removing videos, and it's like, well, you can't remove that because like they said it. Oh, it's like offensive or something. But it's like, well, free speech at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep,
I've
yep.
heard actually that's been on. I've seen that a lot lately, of like the whole idea of like safe space. Have
Yeah,
you heard that? Like, yo, you can't say anything offensive if it, I want an area where no one could say anything that offends me because I want to feel safe.
right.
And it's like, okay, but that's a basic like free speech, right? You can't just say you're not allowed to say this here.
Well, yeah, it's there's so many
Like
different.
even if you're saying
Yeah.
something that's racist or offensive, you can't say no, you can't say that because then it's like, well, where do you draw the line on anything? And then if you allowed that, it's like that could really get taken to a bad place where it's like, oh, you can't say anything, and then free speech is kind of out the window.
Well, yeah, this was a huge problem back. I think Reddit had a very big problem with this recently. I
Yeah,
can't remember the
yeah. There
whole
was something on
ordeal.
Reddit that's actually what I was thinking.
Yeah, yeah, the whole big problem with Reddit. Also, like I just say with people, like people are trying to achieve some sort of privacy, and this is why so many people actually use the dark web because it's one of the most private areas of the internet. And it's just like nothing in life is private. I've
Yeah,
pretty much given that up. It's just my dad believes, oh, I need to live in privacy or whatever. It's just like, what's the point, dude? Like everybody's gonna be public at some point. Like everything that you have is public, and it's just like I feel that's a good way to live by almost because it forces you to be honest. You can't hide anything, which in
yeah.
a way could be good, in a way could be bad if you're like a type of guy like Walter White. So, um, but I feel the most part it's good though that people are forced to live publicly, and I just my dad is just like, oh, I have a Facebook account, but everything's private, blah blah blah. Obviously, there's the basic regulations, but when you like lock down your Facebook so
Right.
your friends can barely even see what you're doing, it's just like I don't know, dude.
Well, I mean, we're on the forefront of no privacy. When
No,
you've got
for sure,
anything on the if you got an internet-based popularity, it's just people find you. Like I get so many people that add me on Facebook.
dude. You know,
It's awful. I'm like, man,
yeah,
nah,
no,
man,
I
I
get a
don't know
bunch of
you.
people too, but let me let me tell you the funniest story. So, the Twitter hacker, he recently hacked my Amazon. It was kind of funny because he sent me inflatable sex doll, and he bought it off of I think my mom's Visa, and I was like, oh God, it
Oh
was just
no.
so bad.
Oh
So.
no. Did they
Uh,
send it to you?
no, no. So I called
Okay.
up Amazon. I was like, "Yo, guys, my account got hacked," and they're like, "Oh yeah, we canceled the order. We kind of figured out that it was kind of a fake." So I'm like, "You got good
Did your
job."
mom did your mom find out about that?
No, but she'll probably come up to me with the charge, and it'll say that it got refunded. She probably just give me this strange look. She'll just be like, "Really,
Inflatable sex doll, Alex.
really?" like, so like yeah, and all my information was on that Amazon where I lived, postal code, everything. Like so
Damn.
I he knows my IP, he knows everything. And it's just whatever. If you want to leak it, just go ahead, but it's like it's already public information. You can hack into anyone's Skype IP and figure it all out. Like it's whatever. So I honestly don't care anymore. But
Fair enough. Yeah, no. I've never been hacked, and I don't even want to like say that because I know someone's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be the first to hack Pat."
no, for sure.
I
Yeah.
mean, I shouldn't say I've never been hacked. I have, but like not on any significant things like YouTube, um, or like my Skype or anything.
Yeah.
Actually, what was it had hacked recently? And I was just like it was like the most random. Oh, back in the day, I think it was my Snapchat.
You can
That's what
hack
it
a
was.
Snapchat? That's so
I don't
weird.
know how someone, but it was like it was like I couldn't sign into my account, and I was like, all right, well, whatever. Like I had like 1,000 people on that, so
Yeah, yeah.
it's not like the end of the world, but it
Yeah.
was just like so annoying. I ended up getting it back. I don't know how, but I was just like I just did like the create a new password thing, and it worked.
Mhm.
And then they never tried to do it, but it was just like it's just an inconvenience. And
Yeah, no, for sure. I completely got you.
is there okay? I was thinking about this. Is there any way that like if you have two-step verification on your YouTube channel, could that be hacked still? I feel like you
Um,
could.
you could, but that would be way different because A, you'd have to figure out their phone number. B, you'd have to be able to hack a phone, which is
Yeah.
very difficult.
So like the NSA could well, not the NSA because we don't live in Canada. We live in Canada, but like
Yeah, well, yeah, if you were to live in America, like someone like the NSA could completely get into all your accounts easily.
yeah, because they can read your emails and yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing is if you can get into someone's email, that's the biggest one, because then
No,
you
yeah,
can do
because
reset
especially because
password.
Google is linked now with YouTube, especially
Yeah, I don't like
they
that.
basically have everything. But like, dude, I can guarantee you, there's probably millions. There's probably at least 1,000 people that know PewDiePie's password for sure, maybe even more. It's just they haven't hacked it
Right.
just because of the phone.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes
That's
sense because I remember at the very start, like I had like 1,000 subscribers, and it was like, hey, someone accessed your account, and they lived in like China or somewhere, and I'm sure
yeah,
they probably had a VPN on, probably didn't
yeah,
live in China, but it was like, whoa, I only
yeah.
have this many subscribers, and already someone's trying to hack me. So at that second, I was like, I gotta put two-step verification on because I'm not messing with this.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And I should have done that earlier with Twitter before I got hacked like a billion times. But
Yeah,
it's a
yeah,
whole
it's
other
true.
different story. But
Dude, Jordan's PayPal got hacked.
yeah, PayPal I have two-step verification on too now
Oh
because
yeah, yeah. My other thing that I am like super paranoid about is my bank account. I don't know
um
if that's doable. I feel like that'd be really hard.
well, I think first they'd have to figure out who's your bank account through PayPal if they hacked your PayPal. And once
Right.
they know your bank account, that's a whole other different thing because it's way
Yeah.
harder. It's way easier to hack a Twitter than it is to hack like a bank account. I don't know the
I would
whole
assume so.
logistics, but it's
Oh,
yeah,
damn, it's
it's
scary, man. We've had so many hacks lately. You, Matt, Jordan. I'm just like, ugh, throwing two-step verification on everything.
honestly, dude, it's just like I feel it's a good sort of thing. It's kind of like a refresher that's just like, okay, man, anything can be taken away from you at any time. You got to make sure you
Yeah.
protect it. Just got to make sure that you're on top of it. I was like, okay, I got
No,
this.
yeah, 100%. It is good to like be reminded that this can be taken away.
Mhm.
I don't know what I'd do. Like if tomorrow you're just like you can't make YouTube videos anymore, it's done. What would you do? Like,
Well, what would I do? I think it depends on how I got taken down. Because
right?
if I can go and make a new YouTube channel, like I have, that new YouTube idea I was thinking of. So I'd
Yeah.
probably start that.
Okay. So
When I
you wouldn't continue? Would you not continue on as MrTLexify?
Well,
Like
it
doing
depends
like
how it
what you
got
do?
taken down. If it was taken down, let's link back to an example back in 2013, like Caspa Z or EU Chronos, like with tags. If it
Oh,
was taken down like that and I can't come back, then yeah, I wouldn't continue on the Mr. T channel, and I'd start the next channel saying that someone else actually owns the channel, not me, so I can actually run it like Keemstar
right.
with Drama List.
Keemstar. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a smart way to go. But there are loopholes with everything. Like
no, for sure.
you can sell a YouTube channel. You technically can't, but if you put a YouTube channel, if you make a YouTube channel belong to a company like an Inc. or whatever,
Yeah.
then you can transfer that over and you can just sell the company and that's an asset of that company.
Well,
Like there's always loopholes through that kind of stuff.
do you remember who X Flandes was before he
That
got banned?
name sounds very familiar. Who was
He
he?
he was the guy who uploaded all the vines and got
Yep.
super big during
Yep.
Goats.
100%.
His account got banned probably because all this Vine copyright. But
Probably.
I think when he was around 30, 40K, he actually sold his account for like 5 to 10 G, I think, 5 to 10 grand.
Yeah.
And someone else owned it. It was really weird. Like that channel, really. I'm not even gonna go
I
there.
remember you kind of like that was kind of like your comeback, I feel like. For when you
Yeah,
kind of went off YouTube, you came back and you did like two Vine compilations that did well.
and then I was like, here we go, baby.
And then it kind of re-sparked your channel and then you just went into the top fives.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. 2013 was the weirdest point of my channel. It was just a bunch of dumb stuff. Because, dude, there was a point where I was like smaller than a lot of like these like big zombie YouTubers now, but like I was among one of the smaller people
Yo, yeah.
in zombies. Well, because back like 2 years ago, guys, you have to realize the zombies community was so small.
Like not even half the size it is now.
Yeah, it was at least maybe like honestly, it was a handful of people. You could probably count as many zombie YouTubers
Yeah, dude.
with.
After Black Ops 2 ended,
Yeah.
it was tiny.
Oh,
It
for
was
sure.
like it was like Lagan, Dalek, myself. You sort of like
Mhm.
when you came back to it, but before you came back, Adam,
It was yeah. It was
Relaxing End,
so little, so
not
just
I mean, like probably like four more
not
people that
enough.
I can't think
Yeah,
of.
yeah.
That was it.
Everyone went to GTA. That was the big thing because Ghost was dead. Advanced Warfare was like literally beaten to a crisp.
You know what
And
I
then
found really funny about GTA
what?
is so many people left zombies for GTA,
Yeah,
and then it killed their channel.
yeah. Well, for the most part, like I
The
know a
only
lot of
guy,
people.
I'd say the
No,
only guy that really managed was Noah.
no, yeah. Um,
Like I don't want to call anyone out and say that they didn't because I'm sure there's someone else that I'm not thinking of.
no, for sure. There's definitely a
But
lot more
there
people.
was I can think of so many people that they did zombies. So, all right, GTA, and like a couple like Casper Z and Chronos, they got their channels banned from
Yeah.
GTA. Tagging. Then what else was there?
Just oh my
There's
goodness, there was
so
the
much.
GTA community was one of the worst. I've never seen a gaming community that volatile against each other. It was literally people copywriting other people's videos, money glitches, RP. It was
Oh,
just
money
so
glitches.
AIDS,
That was it. That was the
so
money
AIDS.
glitches.
I just couldn't even. Oh, it was bad.
And
Like
then like they stopped like GT or Rockstar was like no more money glitches, and then everyone's just like, well, shit, what do I do now?
yeah, oh jeez, I'm so glad I didn't go into it because I was like,
I
because
thought
that
about
was
it.
the point. That yeah, no, I was
I
seriously
was gonna do
thinking.
Ghosts. I was gonna do GTA, and then a month into it, I realized this is not me. I'm not liking this, and no one else does on my channel.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I guess we're going back to zombies for a year. And
yeah,
then they're like, oh, actually, it's gonna be 2 years. I'm like, oh, nice. This is gonna go
yeah.
well.
Well, yeah, man, this is the thing because after this year, obviously we have customs, but it all depends on like if everybody likes
Oh,
it. Like if
next
that,
year, man.
yeah,
Next year is gonna be a like
it's
this
it's
is
gonna be
like
Ghost 2.0.
this is like our up peak. Like we've waited out the slowness. We've
Yep.
actually done pretty well in the slowness, and now like we're at this like peak,
Yeah,
and then we're gonna go into a recession and then depression,
climb
and
down
then
the
we'll
Everest.
slowly climb back up. And I don't even know if we're gonna have another zombies game, to be honest. So
That's the thing, guys. I honestly feel this is really like if Treyarch has announced they're releasing customs, it's over, guys. Like I honestly don't like they did confirm that there's going to be a BO4, but it's like
it's not gonna be David Vonderhaar.
it's not going to be Vaughn. It's going to be like Halo when it was 343
Yeah,
Industries rather than Bungie. It's just going to
yeah.
I don't know. Or another better analogy is gonna be it's like Sledgehammer with Treyarch, right? So,
Or
with,
Infinity Ward
X's.
after Modern
Yeah.
Warfare 2.
The thing I pray for though, the thing I pray for is that they do not release Zombies for Ghosts 2. If they do, I will be so depressed. I'll
That'd
be
be
like,
so gross. That'd be
no.
so gross.
And I know if Advanced Warfare 2 comes out, they're gonna release Exo Zombies Part 2. I know.
I think we're gonna get. I think it's gonna be Extinction. Actually, I liked Extinction. I gotta be honest. It was bad, but I liked it. And then Exo Zombies, I hated. I liked Extinction more than Exo Zombies,
Yeah,
to be
no,
honest.
me too, me
Ugh.
too. This is the thing though. I feel if COD doesn't pull something drastic out of their sleeves for this year, it's done. Like people are just gonna be playing BO3 for the next 2 years. So also I know because like a lot of the phase members right now, they're moving away from COD. They're like, dude, like I don't even want to know what this next COD is going to be. Like
They're going to
they're
CSGO.
all going to CS:GO. Yeah.
How are they doing? Like,
They're doing amazing.
really?
Yeah, they're doing great for CS:GO. Everybody likes it.
Everyone likes it, but like, how are they doing skill wise?
Ah, well, again, my friends have been playing CS:GO for years, and they're
That's the
still
thing.
not even considered like MLG. And they literally, I've that one friend I was talking about. He plays it every day, every day. He has
Right.
like he's probably spent at least $1,000 on like skins and knives and stuff, and he's like,
Yeah.
it's one of those games where it's like an insurmountable skill gap. Like you can
I
always
think,
get better.
yeah, I
And
think with
zombies isn't
Phase,
necessarily like that either.
yeah, I think with Phase, they're going to like, I think it's going to take them a bit, but I
Hmm.
do think they can get pretty good at it because you're not just this random group of people that are trying to get better at the game. You're
Hmm.
you're a unit that like that is your goal is like get good
That's
at
your
this game.
goal. Yeah.
And the communication and teamwork that they've built from COD is going to transfer over. Maybe not the skills from COD,
No,
but the
it's
actual just ability to communicate and say what to do and stuff. So I think that'll help, but I think if they're going to get there, I think it's going to take a while.
that game though, compared to COD, it's pure skill.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
there's no aim assist, there's no like and also again CS:GO is also a very hackable game, so there's a ton of people who have like aim bots and stuff. So it's like it's just I don't know, I don't want to say this, but it's like a Valve system for money pretty much, especially with cases, dude. Oh, they
Yeah.
made millions off of cases. Millions,
They're
dude.
doing pretty good on those cases.
For sure. I definitely was the most probably revenue earning DLC ever.
Yeah. Well,
Ever.
Advanced Warfare was the best
Yep.
DLC for any Call of Duty because supply drops. And I don't know. Liquid Diviniums. I'm
I
gonna buy
can't.
them. I'll just say it right now. I'm going to buy so many Liquid Diviniums. I don't care. That's just me.
The thing is, dude, if they add liquid purchasable liquid diviniums, they have to add better gobblegums. That's the thing. Why would I just want to spend all this liquid divinium trying to get per call, even
That's
though my luck is
true.
horrible? Like they gotta make
Lex luck.
better gobblegums. Like that's
Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. I think like they got to get rid of some of the like the one that you set enemies on fire.
Oh, burned out. Yeah.
Really, it get like 2 hits and then like it's okay for training or if camping, but it's really
But yeah, no, I feel you because this is one thing I was thinking of. I hope, um, I think I told you this before. It's just like I hope that they don't rely on gobblegums to actually change in-game factors. So it's like,
yeah.
oh yeah, if you want all perks, instead of adding a red dig spot, we'll just make it so that you can get unquenchable or perkaholic. So it's like that's not really what I wanted because it takes away from the map, and that's what I feel they're doing to make maps easier, which I don't feel is a great thing. But I don't know, because like Shadows of Evil, we still don't even know how to freaking pack the weapon, and we don't even know if you can get more perks. That's the thing. There probably
There,
is a way.
I feel like do you remember with Transit like how it was out for 2 weeks and then we discovered perma perks?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's like this. I think it's like that, but it's on a longer scale. So maybe a month, 6 weeks almost. I just think it's gonna take a little bit longer for us to figure everything out with that map. I'm okay with that though. Like we
Also,
just discovered
yeah,
upgrading ironies this week.
yeah, yeah. That was the big thing. Also, I don't know, just they update the game a lot, and they've been like fixing a ton of stuff already. So
Yeah.
that's another thing. They could be adding so many different things. There's apparently a whole giant Easter egg no one's figured out yet. And it's funny how Glitching Queen was the one to figure out this little Arnie thing. It's just
Yeah.
like it's I don't know, man. I feel if the zombies community actually came together and solved it, it would be faster. But it's just again that whole thing. This is like again with human science. It's like, oh, we're gonna do it so we can get credit. Screw everyone else. But if we all did
Yeah.
it together, imagine how advanced the world would be right now. Unbelievable.
Just I don't know. Anyways, we're at an hour. I think it's time to wrap this puppy up. As it is Black Friday, I want you guys to all hear. I feel so gross doing this, but gotta throw it in at the end. Uh,
Is this G Fuel?
yeah, no, it's
I love it. I love it. Here we go, boys.
30% off G Fuel if you guys are interested. Today only on that Black Friday sale. So it's a good deal if you're looking to get some. I think today is the day. They're also throwing a free shaker cup in there. Isn't that a weird thing though? It's like I it's just I don't like doing ads with guests. It just feels
No,
gross.
I know.
I didn't want to do it at the start because it felt gross, but I did want to make sure anyone that's actually looking for that. Yeah, I saw a guy said G Fuel coming up. There you go. Anyways, that's that, ladies and gentlemen. You all know MrTLexify. Thanks for watching. I had so many people who were like, "When are they playing a game?" in this chat, and I just completely wanted
I
to
know.
ignore that because this is the Smith
know,
Squad
me too.
podcast. This is what I do weekly, where I don't play video games, but instead I talk about stuff. I just realized this was on YouTube Gaming, so there might, whatever. Anyways,
It doesn't even matter, dude.
doesn't even
Who
matter.
cares?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching. Bye.